It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Now I have a beer here today that I'm very excited about. It's a Trappist ale from a Trappist brewery. In America, there's not just a Trappist beer, but it's an Imperial Stout at the same time. How exciting can that be? A Trappist Imperial Stout at 8.7% ABV in a 330 milliliter bottle. It has the authentic Trappist product around the neck. American Trappist. But I'll say it again, it's an Imperial Stout. I'm scratching my eyebrow here in almost disbelief, kind of. When I seen this was sent by our channel sponsors, beersofeurope.co.uk. Check out beersofeurope.co.uk. They've got a fantastic selection of beer from England, America, UK, Germany, France, Belgium, all over Europe, Sweden. Fantastic online beer company that sells beers from all over the world. Check them out, beersofeurope.co.uk. The link is in the description in the video below. I'm just really excited. 8.7% ABV. There's the bottle cap. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. So why am I excited and why is this different? Well, when it comes to Trappist breweries, they generally brew kind of doubles, triples, quadruples, Trappist beer. Belgium traditional Trappist beer. But these guys in America have gone, right, okay, it's going to be an Imperial Stout. And quite rightly so. It works. They're Trappist monks brewing Imperial Stout. I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen Spencer Trappist Brewery IPA or New England IPA or Imperial Porter or any other style that they want to brew. The fact that it's that beer style that's being brewed by monks is absolutely fine, isn't it? Look at this though, 2-finger tan coloured head, jet black beer in the glass. Looks tremendous. No light bleeding through there whatsoever. If I roll the beer on in the glass, you can see that carbonation chasing the head of the glass. Let's get the all-important aroma. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting because it does have a it's got all your roasted malts coming through. I can't speak today, sorry. It's got all your roasted malts coming through. But it also seems to have that kind of classic, slightly Belgian candied sugar, dryness, Belgian yeast. And when I mean Belgian yeast, it's almost got its own kind of slightly earthy, estery, yeasty, estery kind of fruity flavour to the backbone of this beer, but with lots of roasted malt. It smells incredible. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yeah. Now there's a technique to drinking a beer like this where you want to take in all of the flavour and taste possible. So what you do is you exhale and then you sip and you breathe in at the same time, because you're getting the maximum amount of flavour that this beer has to offer. And boy, stone the crows, does this beer have a lot of flavour to offer. It's almost charcoaly and pipe tobacco smoke on the back end. That's what you get right now. As I'm speaking now, I'm talking to you with it. Almost feel like I got charcoal on my lips, or pipe tobacco smoke on the end of my pipe here. The imaginary pipe that I have. But it's earthy as well. But to begin with, definitely to begin with, you are faced with this slightly sweet Belgian estery fruity yeast, which is a fantastic offset and balance to the dryness. This beer is really dry. I talk about these kind of dry stouts in such passionate manner when I have been drinking, say, maybe like a dessert stout or something which I'm not quite overly fond with, like these sweet stouts, that pastry stouts that people, breweries are brewing at the moment. They seem to be in vogue. This is much more up my street because I just feel you're getting more of that kind of authentic roasted malt flavour. You're picking up flavours from the Belgian yeasty esters in the beer. The carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of this flavour. I could stand and talk about this beer for the next hour, quite easily. But I won't, because I'll bore you to death. It's got a lovely richness to it. A lovely Belgian candied sugared estery fruity yeasty richness to it, that the carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth and releases more of that flavour, and then it goes over to the roasted malt. So there's a battle going on. There's a balance battle going on between the sweetness and the bitterness. It's like the beer's on a tightrope. You're walking along, there's a bit of sweetness, then there's bitterness, then there's sweetness, then there's bitterness. On the bitterness side, the roasted malt comes through. It's like pipe tobacco smoke, charcoal, slightly kind of almost like a peaty earthiness. There's chocolate flavours coming through. There's coffee flavours coming through. There's definitely some kind of sweet caramel flavours coming through. This is a quite remarkable, beautifully put together stout. It really is. Really is. So, how the sponsorship works is that I don't get any money from beersofeurope.co.uk. I just pick 12 beers a month from their website, and from then they send me the beers. I send them an email, 12 beers, and they send the beers over. I put a link in the description box of their website. I talk about their brewery. That's the kind of influence that I give them. Hopefully people go and buy this beer. Job done. That's how it works. So no payments crosses hands. So whilst I was picking the beers this month, I went to the American section, as you do, when you're choosing beers from these websites, because I've always loved American craft beer, and I've always had an instinct to kind of lean towards ordering American beer from British websites, because at the end of the day, it's very difficult to get hold of these beers. So to be able to get hold of them and enjoy them like I am today is quite lovely and remarkable, really, isn't it? So as soon as I seen this, I picked it up, I chose it on the website, and I'm so pleased I did. The ingredients are water, malted barley, hops and yeast, and that is it. That is it. It's tremendous. It really is. If you've got a spare few quid, they're based in the St. Joseph's Abbey in Spencer, Massachusetts. Honestly, if you have an opportunity to pick this up, if they've got any bottles left on Beers of Europe's website, pick it up. If you like more of a dry, bitter, slightly earthy, traditional stout with some Belgian estery yeast in there, then poof, you are going to love this. I mean, look at it. I've not even whirled the beer around in the glass yet. I'm going to do it now, but look at that head. Look at that head. Look at the quality of the beer as I rock it back and forth. Look at this beer. Isn't that wonderful? Looks good, smells good. Tastes wonderful. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 beer from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.